Dinosaurs once ruled the world. Some were so huge they dwarfed even today's biggest animals. Others were so ferocious they made the mighty T-Rex look like a kitten. But have you ever wondered what dinosaurs were actually like when they first appeared on our planet? Were they immediately terrifying predators and prey? The answer may surprise you. Join us in this episode as we go back in time to uncover the truth about how dinosaurs evolved from tiny creatures to the giants of the earth. We'll explore the fascinating fossils that have revealed these secrets and the cutting-edge research that continues to unlock the mysteries of their early evolution. Don't miss this epic journey through time. To understand how dinosaurs grew to become the giants of the earth, it helps to start at the beginning. Their story began in the late Triassic period, around 230 million years ago, when the first dinosaurs evolved in what is now North America and later migrated to other parts of the world. But contrary to popular belief, these early dinosaurs were not immediately massive creatures. In fact, they were quite small, lizard-like animals that were perfectly adapted for life in a dry desert environment. One example of an early dinosaur is Coelophysis, a bipedal carnivore that lived in the late Triassic period. Coelophysis means hollow form, in Greek referring to its hollow bones, which are a characteristic feature of theropod dinosaurs. These lightweight bones allowed for more efficient movement, making Coelophysis agile and swift. It had long legs, a long tail, and a long neck and head, which gave it an overall length of about 3 meters or 9.8 feet. Its skull was narrow with sharp teeth ideal for catching and devouring small prey. While it wasn't huge, Coelophysis was perfectly adapted for hunting down insects and other small animals. Its large eyes also suggested that it was active during the day and used its keen eyesight to spot prey from a distance. As the Triassic continued, different groups of dinosaurs began to emerge around the world, each with their own unique adaptations for survival. For example, in South America, there was a group of herbivorous dinosaurs known as the sauropods, which included the famous Dinosaurus. It's one of the largest animals that ever lived. But how did these giants evolve from such small beginnings? The answer lies in the fossil record. Fossils provide us with a window into the past, allowing us to see what life was like millions of years ago. The preserved remains or traces of ancient organisms that have been studied by scientists to piece together the history of life on Earth. Fossils can be found in many places around the world, but finding dinosaur fossils is especially exciting because they tell us about some of the largest and most fearsome creatures that ever roamed our planet. It's one of the most important fossil discoveries related to the evolution of dinosaurs came in the early 1970s, when a team of paleontologists in Ghost Ranch, New Mexico unearthed a treasure trove of Triassic meat-eaters, including the ancestors of both birds and crocodiles. This site, now known as Ghost Ranch, has yielded some of the most important evidence we have for understanding the origins of dinosaurs. The fossils found here show that dinosaurs were not just one type of creature, but actually split into 2 major groups very early on. One that led to the ancestors of birds, and another that led to the ancestors of crocodiles. This discovery revolutionized our understanding of dinosaur evolution and showed that the group was much more diverse than we had previously thought. But despite these important discoveries, there was still a gap in our knowledge. Scientists wanted to find fossils of even earlier dinosaurs to better understand their origins and see how they changed over time. That's where the Chinle Formation comes in. Located in the southwestern United States, the Chinle Formation is a vast area of red sandstone that was deposited during the Triassic period. It's one of the richest fossil deposits of its age in the world and has yielded an incredible array of prehistoric creatures, including dinosaurs. The Chinle Formation has been the focus of intense paleontological research in recent years, thanks in part to a new technique called cosmogenic isotope dating. This method uses the amount of a certain type of radioactive beryllium in rocks to determine their age, allowing scientists to date the Chinle Formation to between 205 and 200 million years old. This makes it one of the youngest Triassic formations in the world, and a potential window into the earliest days of the dinosaurs. In 2020, researchers embarked on a mission to find fossils of some of the oldest dinosaurs ever. They knew that the Chinle Formation was likely to contain creatures from the very dawn of the dinosaur era, and that it could provide clues about their origins. After months of searching, they finally hit the jackpot. They uncovered a cache of fossilized bones and teeth that turned out to be some of the most important evidence we have for understanding the early evolution of dinosaurs. Among the fossils they found were the remains of 3 previously unknown species, all of which were small protoraptors that lived around 205 million years ago. These creatures were only about 1 meter long, roughly the size of a house cat. But they represented a pivotal moment in the history of life on Earth. They were some of the earliest dinosaurs that had ever been discovered, and they provided an unprecedented glimpse into the origins of the group. But the discovery didn't stop there. The team also found fossils of other animals that lived alongside the early dinosaurs, including a relative of the modern crocodile named Postosuchus, which was a formidable predator that grew up to 5 meters long. By studying the fossils of these ancient creatures, scientists have been able to piece together a detailed picture of what life was like in the Triassic, and how dinosaurs evolved from small, insignificant creatures to the dominant force that they would become. One of the most significant findings from the Chinle Formation is the discovery of a relative of Ankylosaurus, the iconic dinosaur with the armor-like shell.
Ow.
This relative, named Boreopelta Micheli, lived around 201 million years ago, and was one of the earliest dinosaurs with armor to be discovered. The discovery of B. Mark Mitchell and other armored dinosaurs in the Chinle Formation suggests that this adaptation may have arisen independently multiple times in dinosaur evolution, providing insights into the pressures that shaped the development of such a distinctive feature. But perhaps the most exciting thing about the fossils found in the Chinle Formation is that they provide us with a window into a time before the dinosaurs really took over. Before the late Triassic, the ancestors of dinosaurs were relatively small and insignificant creatures. But after the mass extinction event that marked the end of the Permian period, they had a chance to flourish. The Chinle Formation captures this moment of transition, showing us the early stages of dinosaur evolution and the rise of these magnificent creatures. In addition to the fossils of early dinosaurs, the Chinle Formation also contains a wealth of other prehistoric treasures. The site is home to a variety of ancient creatures, including relatives of crocodiles, turtles, and mammals. This rich diversity of fossils provides scientists with an unparalleled opportunity to study the evolution of life in the Triassic. One of the most remarkable things about the Chinle Formation is the sheer number of fossils that have been found there. Paleontologists have uncovered hundreds of skeletons from dozens of different species, making it one of the richest fossil deposits of its age in the world. This abundance of fossils has made the Chinle Formation a magnet for researchers from around the globe who come to study the incredible creatures that once roamed this area. The study of these fossils has revealed a great deal about the evolution of dinosaurs and other ancient creatures. For example, scientists have learned that the ancestors of dinosaurs were small, lizard-like animals that lived in the shadow of larger, more fearsome predators. But after the mass extinction event that marked the end of the Permian period, dinosaurs were free to roam the earth and evolve into some of the most magnificent creatures that ever lived. But the story of dinosaurs doesn't end there. To learn about how they eventually met their demise and the fascinating creatures that survived them, watch this next video.